Well, good day, viewers. Today we have a 2009 GMC Sierra. It's here for a couple of problems. Routine service. TPMS light is on, but that's because it's missing her dead sensors, I'm sure. Check engine light and airbag warning light are on, and I don't believe they're related, but we're going to scan it and see what's going on with it. So I've loaded the vehicle record. I've worked on this before in the past, not recently though. I'll get the mileage later. Let's do a network code scan and see what controllers have to offer. I bet you it's got an evap code, oxygen sensor, bank 1, sensor 2. Maybe the wires are chafed on the frame. Oh, that's, mind you, that's on the left side. Usually it's the right side where the wires get chafed. Bank 2, sensor 2. That one could be the wires chafed. Bank 1, sensor 2. Bank 2, sensor 2. Okay. Front end sensor, internal electronic failure. So that's likely a crash sensor. So we'll have a visual inspection of those. Airflow control, HVAC door, tire pressure sensors. Yeah, that's it. So let's put this thing up in the air to do a service, and while we're at it, we'll do a visual inspection of that, of the O2 sensors and the crash sensor. Which one is it? Front end sensor 1. I believe that's on the left side, but I'm not 100% certain. So we're looking underneath this truck, and it's been undercoated significantly. There's one spot where the wiring harness tends to chafe. You can actually see, and this is bank 1, sensor 2. Sorry, bank 2, sensor 2. So that wiring harness is rubbed through on the frame. And the other sensor is up here, bank 1, sensor 1. It looks original. It's still in the retaining clips up there. Can't see it right there. So it's never been tampered with. And then the crash sensors are up above this shield here. You can see the orange connector there. The bright yellow connector with the orange lock. And I have to take this cover off here to see if I can get up there and look at it. Okay, so I got the cover off, and we can see the two crash sensors. They look original. Well, the one on the right side seems to be mounted a little crooked. I find the easiest thing to do here is to swap the left with the right and the right with the left. There's one little 6mm bolt here holding it on, and see if the problem follows the sensor. So we're going to unplug the sensor, and we're going to look for corrosion and swollen sensors. We're going to switch the right and left sensors. You don't need to mount them, you can just plug them in. Okay, so the code that was current was B0083. I've switched the right and left sensors. Let's see what code it has now. Front end sensor 2. So the problem is the sensor now. We just got to figure out which one. I'm going to unplug the one on the right side now, because I think that's sensor 2. So I unplugged the sensor that's on the right side now. Let's see what codes it has. Still that same sensor, so it needs the sensor that is currently on the right hand side. So there's a new dormant sensor. Double check your part number. That's the one it calls for on this truck, and I've installed it. Put dielectric grease on the connector halves and plug it in, and a little bit of anti-seize on the bolt. Make sure the other one's plugged in. I'm going to put this shield back. So we're going to go into the airbag system, display codes. There should be no current codes, but there should be a history code. Front end sensor 2. 2 is the left side, 1 is the right side. I had switched them side to side, so it moved from 1 to 2. Now I put a new sensor in there. I'm going to clear the codes. And I can do this with it running. let's display them again just to be safe. Okay, so the codes are cleared. So that's basically it. We'll call this one fixed. Thanks for watching.